Look, I'm not gonna come here and sugarcoat it for you. In life, sometimes you are the windshield and sometimes you are the bug. It's a dog eat dog world out there, and no more is that true when you go on cruises. Other cruisers, they wanna take advantage of you, and the cruise companies, they want to get the most money out of you possible. And so we look for heroes. We look for people out there in that cruise life that are getting it done. And in today's episode, I've got some people, some champions of the cause, cruisers who beat the system. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I am your life partner for today, partner in that cruise life, and I want to introduce you to several people who have beat the system. Let me set the stage for the cruiser who beat the system. Number one, have you ever been on a cruise and you've got a hankering to watch a movie and you check your daily schedule and you don't really like the movies that they're showing out there on the big screen by the poolside, and then you jump on your TV and you look at all your on-demand movies and you don't like those movies either, but you're one of those people that has a hard drive at home full of movies? You used Kazaa back in the 20-aughts to fill up gigabyte after gigabyte of movies that you may or may never watch. Well, your time has come, and all you need is a DIY movie screen, an industrial strength magnet, and some sort of projector from the 1990s. And you can watch all of your hard drive movies right there in your interior cabin. Now, I don't know if this photo was posted by the person who beat the system by building their interior cabin movie studio, or if it was posted by the cruise line after maybe a room steward found the setup. But regardless of who let us in on this cruise genius, of course, the cruise line overlords smacked it down. They said, don't do this. You can bring magnets on cruise ships, but you cannot bring magnets on cruise ships to hang 1990s projectors from the ceiling so that you can watch your movies. It's a common story for innovators and inventors. Often in their time, their inventions are not appreciated. Often at the time, the establishment pushes back. But for me, I'm gonna tip my hat. Way to go, interior DIY movie theater maker. I think you beat the system. Now, our next cruiser who beat the system dabbles in an innovation that many other cruisers out there are trying to improve on, trying to replicate. And of course, we're talking about the cruiser that sneaks alcohol on board. I've seen example after example of how cruisers are out there trying to build a better mousetrap when it comes to sneaking alcohol on board, but I kind of like this one. It's so sneaky. You unseal the soda case, you put in the contraband, and then you seal it back up with a hot glue gun. I know the management at Michael's and Hobby Lobby down there in Port Canaveral are curious as to why a lot of people in flip-flops are buying hot glue guns. Well, I think the mystery's solved. I just gotta raise a glass to you, soda case, alcohol sneaker. You are blazing a trail for the thousands of people out there that want to avoid paying for the drink package. Man, our Hall of Champions is filling up fast. The movie buff, the binge drinker. But I gotta talk to you about something a little more serious. Are you a lost soul out there in the cruise world? Do you need knowledge from on high to keep you up to date? Probably not. Do you just want to be entertained when it comes to cruising? Well, there's one way you can get that done. That is to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's an invitation, just a nice asking. Subscribe, that way you get notified when all of the new content comes out. Let's take our relationship to the next level. Hit that subscribe button. Now let's talk about a scenario that haunts many of us: overpacking. We have been shamed and conditioned by our significant others, possibly our children and society, that overpacking is one of the great cruise sins. The cruise companies are smart. They know about this shaming and they know about this conditioning, and they know that sometimes people will pay money to avoid being shamed or to fall in line with the conditioning. And so what they will do is they will put laundry services on their cruise ships so that you don't have to overpack, so that you can bring a limited amount of clothes. And when you run out of clothes, you can get your clothes cleaned either by the laundry service on the cruise line, or on some cruise lines, they have their own laundry mats. And just for those that don't know, laundry mats are not guys named Matt that do laundry. I know a lot of people probably get that confused. Laundry mats are places where washers and dryers are co-located, where you can pay money to use them. And sometimes those are on cruise ships. But like everything else on a cruise ship, getting your laundry done or using the laundromat is not cheap. And so how do you beat the laundry system? It's pretty simple. You can wash your clothes in the sink, you can wash your clothes in the shower, and then you just hang them out to dry on the clothesline that you brought to hang on your balcony. That's right, don't give them any money for laundry service. Don't give them any money for the laundromat. Do it yourself, save some coin, beat the cruise system. Now, let's talk about one of the most egregious offenses that you can witness on the Lido deck, on the pool deck of a cruise ship, and that is the offense of being a chair hog. Chair hogs are people who put their belongings on deck chairs well before they're ever going to use them. Take a little stroll around the pool deck and notice how many chairs have already been reserved by someone's personal belongings. And it only takes a small amount of searching in cruise groups, internet forums, casual conversations on cruise ships to know how frustrating this practice of chair hogging is. But this system of chair hogging can be beat. You just have to change your way of thinking. Am I having trouble getting a chair by the pool? Well, maybe it's not a chair problem at all. Maybe it's a pool problem. So instead of going to the pool, maybe the pool can come to me. That's right, folks. All you got to do, drop $14 at your local Walmart, or $28 at your local Target, or $3,256 at Neiman Marcus, and you can get yourself an inflatable pool that you can bring with you on the cruise ship, and you can have a seat by the pool whenever you want. You just inflate it, put it out there on your balcony, and nobody's going to be able to save that spot. I think it's pretty ingenious, and to the cruise line's credit, they are stepping up their monitoring of the chair hogs, removing belongings that have been there for a long period of time. But if I can quote Dr. Ian Malcolm, a fictional doctor from a dinosaur movie, he said that, well, life will find a way. And so as the cruise lines beat the chair hogs, well, the chair hogs will beat back. I like this ingenious system, posing an inflatable doll in a chair so that the people that are checking on the chairs will be confused, and they will think that there's an actual human being in the chair and not just a piece of vinyl saving the spot. Genius. Genius. Let's be honest, there's an infinite amount of cruisers out there beating the system, so this serves as only a sampling, only a tasting menu, as it were. Do you know of any cruisers that are beating the system? Or if you have a wild idea in your head about beating the cruise system, I would love to hear that in the comments below so that we can capture it, celebrate it, think about it. And more importantly, which one of these cruisers did it the best? Which one of these cruisers would be your champion? And make sure you check this video out next. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.